Welcome back, everybody. And oh my gosh, what's going on? Father, hang on! Don't ye die! Salsa, I never was there for you. Reina, Salsa, combine your powers. Bartz, please take care of them. Oh noes. Father! Snake! Don't leave us! Snake! There you go. Aw, he sacrificed himself for us. Was it worth it? We don't know. Let's find out. It looks like the light is shining back in the crystals. Or the shards, anyway. Does this mean we get new jobs? Aww. The spirits of these brave warriors rest in these shards. Samurai, Lancer, Dancer, Chemist. We have the Samurai! And Lancer, in case anybody wondered, it's a Dragoon. The ruins have fallen apart, baby! Everyone out! To the airship! Bum, 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 bum. Reina, come on! Or Reina, come on! I can't keep track of the voices anymore. Oh no, the fortress is falling! Again, I say, bum, 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 bum. She's gonna shake! Hold fast, Sully! Hey, Bartz is the pilot. You got the ship with Hydra. Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, we don't need to worry about the threat of Lavos anymore. Nah, we totally do. Lavos is ever present in all times. Reina. Father is gone, isn't he? Yeah, you just watched him die. Yes, there's nothing that's changed. Galuf, what is it? We've got to move now, baby. Huh? Could you please stop adding baby to the end of your sentences? I remember everything now. Exdeath is an evil black mage from our planet, who came here 30 years ago to destroy the Earth's crystals. 3 other Dawn warriors and I used our power to trap him here. We thought everything was settled, baby. Recently, I realized something was happening to the crystals, so I came here again by meteorite. Because that's a way of travel. But I was too late. He's already freed himself and returned to my world. This bad news bears, baby. It's because we overused the crystal's powers, isn't it? We're the ones who sealed Exdeath in this world. Yeah, we should totally put you on trial. If only we'd taken him back with us, like he begged. He begged to go back to your... Then you should have kept him here. You don't give a prisoner what they want. At least not in some aspects. Let's return to our home planet. We have to seal up Exdeath. Luckily, Kryle's meteor can still be used once more. Bartz, Reina, Varus, thanks for everything. I'll miss you all, babies. Wait, we're going too. No. This is the last meteorite. Even if you went, you could never return. Farewell. Peace out, baby. Goodbye. Galuf! Kryle! Yeah, that was a little delayed there, Bartz. And there we go. So apparently 1 meteor is 2. Or maybe that's just them teleporting back to their world. And this puts us back on the airship. So now we have a bit of a dilemma. Exdeath is free. And he's going to be thrashing around Galuf's world. So obviously our party has made it clear what they want to do. So we need to find a way to Galuf's world, don't we? He says that's the last meteorite, but, well, maybe there's something else that a certain engineer can do for us. And welcome back, everybody. We are almost caught up. I'm so happy. Bartz. Yeah? We've been talking, and since... Yeah? Galuf is fighting Exdeath in a distant world. And there's our Papa's revenge. Yes, and then Galuf, he's... one of us. Let's go. Bartz! Yeah, I did that backwards, sorry. Right, let's go to their world. How do we do that? How can we survive the trip through space? There's nary enough power in the meteor to warp again. Meteors. Maybe Sid knows something. Yeah, because he studies every kind of science, including quantum physics. Yeah, that works, Bartz. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna accept this one because Sid. So let's go see what Sid knows. And this would probably be actually a good time to say it. So, welcome back, everybody. Like I said, we are almost caught up. I'm happy about that because this has been one of those monkeys on my back that has not let go for quite a while. So, I'm glad we're almost there. But yeah, as you saw, we now have our villain. It is the Black Mage. I love the fact that we call it the Black Mage. I almost want to call him something else, like the Sorcerer Exdeath. And I think Dissidia actually calls him that. And I actually... So, people can leave a comment on this, I don't care. I actually tend to look at Exdeath as is probably one of the better parts of this game, just because of how bombastic a villain he can be. I would actually dare say he's a more extroverted Sephiroth in a lot of cases, because where Sephiroth has that presence, and the presence is all he needs, Exdeath is just a twirl your mustache kind of villain. Kind of like Golbez from the last game, but with less subtlety. In fact, I don't think subtlety is the way Exdeath works. He just, he seeks his own goals and that's it. So I do appreciate him as a villain, and he's probably one of the better things that came out of this game. Especially when he got remade into Dissidia, because, well, nothing really changed there. So, people have actually been asking me if I wanted to play Dissidia on here, and it is a PSP game, so we could technically do it. I want to get through the series first before I try and take on any offshoots. That's the thing. Oh, and I guess Sid isn't here. What's this? That's Sid's writing. Okay. The adamantite left over from the airship renovations is too dangerous. Okay. Want to return it back to where it belongs. I wonder if anything's happened to them. Back to where it belongs. Well, we know technically where it belongs, so I guess now we have to go back to... I think this was this the Karnak meteor? No, it may have been the Walls meteor. Or the... We'll find out. I know where it was when I recorded it, so... Dude, there's like 4 meteors out there. But maybe the adamantite, if it's too powerful, we could probably use it in some way. Oh, and there's the Tycoon meteor at the least. So let's go check there. And another thing that I will compliment Final Fantasy V for, again, is the music. Ah, they're here. That's the Black Chocobo, so they are here. Sid, Mead, what on earth? Bartz, stay back! It's dangerous! The adamantite began emitting an abnormal amount of power.
All we wanted to do was put it back where it belonged. Wait a minute.
4. Oh.
Well, I'll be. The floor is absorbing the adamantite's energy.
Okay, so it's the engine. Think we could repower the meteorite and go to Galuf's world? That's right.
What's right?
Yeah, you guys haven't asked him yet. That's exposition right there.
I mean, of course that's right.
There's not enough adamantite left to repower it to full capacity. But if we could repower the remaining 3 meteorites... Ah, I see where this is going. We could warp to Galuf's planet. And the Star Trek technobabble works even in Final Fantasy.
Let's go on to the next one.
Right. Oh, that poor black chocobo. It works way too hard for the meager seeds that it gets. Or I guess Final Fantasy VII actually gave us something that chocobos eat, which would be greens. You guys had better be feeding him extra gizzle greens, man. So, while we are making this trip, because this is basically the next goal here, is we're going to be moving to all the meteors in order, and grabbing whatever resources we can from them and utilizing them to power a way to Galuf's world.
Wait here!
Leave it to us! So maybe while we're waiting on this, I won't necessarily... because we're going to have a lot of repetitive dialogue here. There we go.
It's over!
Let's hoodie! Yeah, this is gonna be our thing for the next little bit. Oh, look! Sid, Mead, look out! There's a monster, because we have to have a boss battle! And of course, we have to have bombs. Because they are yet another staple of the Final Fantasy lore and mythos. So yeah, while we're taking care of these guys, this is usually the point where I do actually get into like what I've been playing recently and give kind of a feedback on where I'm at with them. I probably ought to start with, because I haven't been able to play too much in the last couple of days that it's been since I recorded. You know what? Let's get the bigger one out of the way, because bottom line, this is going to take a little bit. So I was finally able to finish Dragon Age Origins. I finished the Awakening DLC, and I took on the 2 remaining other packs that are recommended if you want to keep the story going. The Golems of Amagarak and Witch Hunt. And now I can kind of give also a final verdict on Dragon Age Origins as a whole. First of all, the finishing of Awakening was great, even though it had very much of a WoW vibe to me because we just barely took care of the archdemon and now we're taking care of old gods. Yeah, so the mother, or the forgotten one, I guess. Yeah, it's the mother. She was called that. Yeah, she's basically an independent old god. There's a problem in there somewhere. But we also found out what the other weird guy called the Architect was about. Apparently he was trying to free the Darkspawn and give them back their free will so that the old gods did not urge them into another blight, which is kind of interesting. I'll admit, I kind of like that idea. But then we had old gods in there, and I was like, Cthulhu. A lot of RPGs are loving using Cthulhu-esque beings. So much so that it's getting kind of old. I would even dare say Mass Effect's Reapers. I'm pretty sure they were inspired at least a little bit by Lovecraft, but that's what they are. They are Cthulhu-esque beings that believe only machines should thrive. So I finished that off, and then I went into the Golems of Amagarak, which was kind of a little side story to go back to the Deep Roads and go to a long-forgotten Tig that was once again researching the ability to bind human souls to golems. And so you kind of have to go up in there with a specific dwarf who's looking for his family, and learn the hard way that that's not the way that we should be doing things. It's not. It may be considered right to you that you want to get that research back, but it's not right on what was going on there. And so I love that DLC, but it also kind of opens things up for another threat, because while they were trying to learn this science, they also created the Harvesters, which are probably another Cthulhu-esque being, but I would actually dare say they're more like... this is probably going to be a relevant one. More like necromorphs from Dead Space. We thought there was one, and apparently at the very end they actually show this army of Harvesters coming out of the ruins. And so it's like, yeah, now I'm really glad we came here. That's a bit of a problem. And then the final DLC that I took on was Witch Hunt, which is basically you searching for Morrigan, whether you're allied with her or not. You know, if you decided to... I believe it's going in line with the story of Dragon Age, or at least the official canon one, and that is that you actually sired a child that is way more powerful, except now you actually want to hunt down Morrigan and be able to be part of her life. She doesn't have to run into exile. And each time, here's another thing that I will also compliment. Each of these DLC packs came, including Awakening, which is considered an expansion pack, came with its own unique allies. And I do like the fact that the Warden Commander, or, you know, my character, is able to still influence other characters, while the ones that were part of the main story are able to go do their own thing. I did love that in Awakening, where Wynn was off doing her own thing, where I actually technically didn't follow the canon of this, but Alistair is king of Ferelden. I'm trying to think of the other ones. I did like that we did have a returning character, though, in Oghren. And they actually... Awakening kind of finishes up his story just saying, you know, he stays with the Wardens, and he's basically kind of a trainer / proud warrior.
And you know what? I'd fight with Stephen Bloom anytime, because he played Oghren.
But I did like the fact that the DLC packs were relatively short. They stuck to the story that they were trying to tell, and they were also compelling stories. So, searching for Morrigan, you actually had to go look for long-lost elven artifacts that would be able to help contact her. But they were also relevant to what she was doing. The Ruins of Amagerak is the exact same thing. It was completely relevant to what we were doing at that time, and each one of those, it's you individually that's looking for said person. So you go with, in the Ruins, or the Golems of Amagerak, you go with Jarek Dace, the dwarf who conscripts you or asks for your help, and then you get recruits from there. And they're all fairly powerful compared to you, and I like that idea, because, you know, it doesn't make sense to have somebody come in from level 1 and then all of a sudden I'm shepherding people through a dire situation. I do also like how the end to Witch Hunt works, which was basically Morrigan reasserting you can't follow her, you can't be part of this, but you can know that your son or your daughter is going to be a very powerful being. And I've been kind of spoiled into this. I guess that what they do is the son or whatever, the son or daughter is actually your character in Dragon Age 2. I might be wrong in that, but that's kind of cool. Is that they continue the story, although it's a different area in that game. But onto Dragon Age Origins as a whole. Okay, I've been recommended a ton of RPGs over the last few years. I've been recommended Dark Souls, which, if people saw my last part, I wasn't all that keen on. And wow, this is actually taking a lot longer than I thought it did. It's just because they keep on respawning. Yeah, and I already kind of made my opinion clear on Dark Souls. It's not that I hate it, it's that I'm not interested, and it's not my kind of game. Another one that gets recommended to me a lot is Elder Scrolls, and I've tried doing Elder Scrolls a couple of times, and I just can't get into that series. It's too vast for me. And it's too... This is going to sound kind of like a wussy answer, but it's also too open-ended. I do like having a story unfold, and there's not a whole lot to the story of Skyrim when you break it all down. You all okay? Pretty impressive. Yeah, we've been fighting in front of you guys for a while. Let's go on to the next one. All right. But man, BioWare knows how to do an RPG. I will always compliment them because I wasn't the biggest Baldur's Gate player back in the day, but man, they did a great job with Baldur's Gate. I think Neverwinter Nights is theirs, and they did a really great job. And Mass Effect and KOTOR obviously have to be mentioned. The Old Republic is still a very solid MMO as far as story is concerned. It's, to this day, still considered my second best MMO, and always the one, like, if I get burned out with WoW, yeah, it's a den of monsters. This is not surprising. If I actually want to take a break from WoW, which does happen, I go to the Old Republic. In fact, one of the reasons I took a major break was that I'd heard EA had actually made them cut a lot of the major storylines for the classes in Old Republic, and I'm like, no, I am not cool with that at all. And thankfully that isn't the case, and I'm excited for the new expansion for that, just so I can get more story bits out of it. But I will always go to the Old Republic compared to other MMOs out there, just because it has my interest. So I guess where I'm going with this is, man, Dragon Age is a great IP. And I look forward, like, a lot of people have told me, just skip 2. Just skip it. You don't need to... I want to play it. I don't care if it's the worst in the series. I want to play it. Dragon Age Origins has made me want to play it. So, first of all, I recommend Dragon Age Origins to anybody wholeheartedly. Get the Ultimate Edition so you have all of the DLC packs readily available to you. And then just go through them in order. Let me see here. There is actually an order to the DLC. And I would actually say the order that I took on was a little bit off. So I'm actually going to kind of compose my own order here with you guys. The first one that it recommended that I do was Darkspawn Chronicles. If you're interested in a Darkspawn point of view DLC, then play it. Is it story related? Probably not. It's basically reliving the final battle of the end of the main campaign this way. And we actually just barely received another summon monster, Titan. Oh man, that just brings back the derpy faces from Attack on Titan. Anyway. Yeah, you can leave the rest. Okay, cool. So yeah, Darkspawn Chronicles, I wouldn't recommend unless you actually want to play from that point of view. The next one that I took on, which was Leliana's DLC, basically explaining what she was doing in Orlais before she came to Ferelden. If you're interested, if you like that character, then do it. I liked it, and I love the fact that it was Dragon Age Assassin's Creed as far as story and music. But do you need to know it for the main story? Probably not. I would actually say if you want to know just the main story, go straight into Awakening. Because that kind of... It gives a little bit of time in between, but it does give you kind of a feeling of where things have left off after the battle for Ferelden. Then go into the Golems of Amagerak. Just because I do believe that story is going to be relevant in Dragon Age 2. Because I have a feeling we're going to see Harvesters come back. And then Witch Hunt to end it out. And I think if you do those 3, you're fine. And if you want to take on Leliana's quest or take on Darkspawn Chronicles, I think you can do that. Oh, what's taking so long? I wonder if there's a monster in there. People might get mad at me for not reading this stuff, but this is a very repetitive quest. Go to the next meteor. Yes, it's a den of monsters. Go clear it up. Help, help, help! Yeah, that's not surprising. But yeah, I loved Dragon Age Origins. I look forward to getting to Dragon Age 2. It's not going to happen right away. I'm actually very excited for the next game that I'm going to be picking up, which has been a couple of years in the making. I had a feeling that it would be time to take this on finally because of an upcoming game in 2016, and that is Mass Effect 3. I will finish the trilogy just in time for Andromeda, and I'm so happy about that. And I will again emphasize to people who have wanted to give me spoilers or do it this way, don't care. Really don't care. I will play Mass Effect 3 with the original ending and make my assessment on it. I'm not going to do the EA nerfed ending because I thought that was a stupid idea for BioWare to buckle on under that pressure, especially with movements like retake Mass Effect. Retake it from whom? I ask that to people, and leave your comments. I would really love to understand your point of view, but from all people that I've talked to about retake Mass Effect, they literally just thought since they paid $60 that they had every right to influence the art direction of the game, and that's not how it works, boys and girls. You paid $60 for a product that was going to be made and released to you. You do not get influence on that. And yes, I get the whole aspect of, well, we created these characters and we shaped their stories. Yeah, you do that in Choose Your Own Adventure books too, and they're pre-generated also. So, sorry, that's just the way it goes. If you wanted 10 bajillion endings for every little iteration of what could have happened, that would take, I mean, you'd be waiting another 5 years. I would actually dare say Mass Effect 3 wouldn't even be out by now. You'd be waiting this long. But I'll stop my ranting now. In the meantime, though, we are going to take a break. So next time, we're going to continue our little meteor quest, and we'll be back for more.